Welcome to the Channeling Spirit Virtual Summit, a platform where we have invited Spirit to share messages, healings, and transmissions with all of us. May this energetic experience help us to expand our awareness and to deepen the relationship we have with our higher self, our spiritual team, and with Source, however we define them. Thank you for being here and for taking part in this amazing journey. So, this is the closing ceremony of the Channeling Spirit Virtual Summit Season 6. My session just before felt like it was an abrupt end. A little before its time, but it was already too long. Ugh, so sorry about that, guys. There's a couple things that I forgot to say. One thing that's really important is I'm offering a new class. This is really important, guys. Like I say, I forget to mention the things that I do in ways that people can work with me. I put together a new course specifically for this program, which is a continuation of my free online written course that I offer on my website. And so if anybody is interested in understanding how the mind works, the system behind life, this course is an introduction to that. It takes my online free written course, which is about 27 to 29 pages, I forget, broken out into 9 lessons. And each week we're going to talk about one of the primary points within that course. And it's just going to be an open conversation where I'll probably read the section beforehand and I'll highlight certain phrases that I just want to emphasize, but then we'll go into a conversation about these topics and how they relate to our experience of life. And so it's an introduction. In January, which I will talk about, hopefully I'll remember to talk about it next season, I'm doing a more in-depth exploration of what it means to be human and how this relates to our spiritual expansion. And that's going to be a more in-depth course where we're going to not only talk every week, but it's going to be long sessions on Saturday where it's going to be 3 sessions a day, 2 discussions and then 1 Q&A each day for a number of weeks. And I don't know how many weeks it's going to be because I haven't figured out the details of that. Minimum of 6, maximum of 9 is kind of what I'm playing with. So that's another way that you guys can work with me is through these courses. And of course, you know, there'll be there's information on the website, information on my own website. dms.lol is the easiest. My full name, Daniel Martinez Stahl, will also take you there. .com. Okay, so before we go into the closing ceremony, Casey had a question here that that was shared while my eyes were closed and I missed it when I came out. My issue, I think, is with the internal discretion. I hear messages at times, downloads, then I wonder if it's my overactive mind or actual channeling. And the messages are positive, not the critical ones. Any guidance on how to discern this? Have more trust. So, Casey, my suggestion, experience, ideas for this are very biased because it's about what I would do and what it means for me. So I'm happy to share that with you, but please listen for something that's more accurate within your own experience. So what I would say is, one of the things that I align with is this idea that if the message is embedded with fear or with doubt or with some kind of limitation, then that's not a message from spirit. Flat out. And this is across any channeled message within yourself or outside. My idea of how spirit communicates with us is through love and non-judgment. Always supportive, never critical, ever. Now, if we interpret it that way, which I did a couple weeks ago, I received a message from Yeshua through Renee and Anthony, and afterwards I started questioning it and doubting it, and well, what does this mean? And is he trying to tell me? And I went down a rabbit hole of doubt. And that's my human interpretation of it. Now, if you're receiving thoughts and ideas in your head that are helpful and useful, go for it. What if you're making it up? You know, don't forget that your spiritual intuition comes to you through your imagination. It's the same energy. There's a reason that spirit keeps on reminding us about this, right? And like I said earlier, our human has this natural intention of trying to classify things into little boxes that it understands, that it justifies the way that society has told us we function as humans. And if something is outside of that, if something feels a little bit outside of our human experience, our human's way of classifying that is, oh, I'm making that up. And so how do you learn to discern this and have more trust? Well, part of it is in having faith in yourself. Believe the messages that you want to believe. You know, I don't know if the birds are actually crossing the road because they're saying hi to me. I really don't. But I like to believe that that's what they're doing. And so that's the way that I live my life. And so are the birds actually crossing my path to say hello? Some of them might be, some of them might not. But for me, they are. And so I appreciate them for that. And I like to think that they really are crossing my path to say hello. And when they cross my path really far down the road, where I don't see them literally between me and the car in front of me, then I'm like, well, you're still crossing the path so that I saw you, but you're associating with others as well. It isn't just me. It isn't just about me. This is about me and others. But there are times when literally a bird will cross in front of my car. Literally, between the car in front and me. It'll just fly right in front of the windscreen at eye level. And so I like to believe that those are happening for me, from spirit, from nature, appreciating me, connecting with me, reminding me that it's always there. And so part of us learning to trust in ourselves is also learning to choose to live the life that we want to live. You know, if you want to choose to live in magic, first and foremost, you need to believe that magic is possible. And you need to give yourself the space to allow it to be magical. And if there's doubt, that's okay. But if you feel into it, is there a knowing behind it? My guess is that there is. And so lean into that. Hopefully this is helpful, Casey. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. That was very helpful, very uplifting and wise, comforting. And yes, you do have a great way of expressing yourself and kind of got to the root. Thank you. Feel a lot better.
Appreciate it. I'm glad that my words are helpful.
Yes.
So, closing ceremony. So you guys experienced part of the closing ceremony already in the last session, where the collective ends up bombarding us with appreciation and gratitude and love. And I oftentimes feel overwhelmed, like I did during the last session. And so that's behind us already. We've done that already. So what is a closing ceremony? Some people have the idea, and again, Spirit shared this with me in a channel during one of these sessions, these closing ceremony sessions, where people have the idea that when you open up a sacred space, you need to close the sacred space. And what Spirit told me during that session was, you don't need to close it. Leave it open. It'll close on its own when it needs to close. Trust, again, in the idea that you are the energy of all that is. Why would you need to close it? Why would you want to close a sacred space? Now, there's a lot of people that will talk about, oh, because it invites this and invites this and invites this, and this can happen and this can happen. And many of those I don't even know because I don't prescribe to that idea. But it's a reminder for us to recognize that why would we want to close a sacred space? Wouldn't we want to stay within a sacred space indefinitely? I know I would. And so the closing ceremony isn't really a closing as much as it is for me an appreciation and gratitude to everybody that was involved in making this possible. Everybody that was listening live, people that are listening in the recording, friends of mine that helped me on the back end and inviting me to connect with other people, and the referrals that bring in the speakers that come, and all of that good stuff. And likewise, appreciating gratitude of all the energetic beings that are assisting us in creating these messages, these spaces for ourselves to play and explore and connect. We are never disconnected. We are always connected to our teams and to each other. And this is what we're learning. This is what we're reminding ourselves as we step into a different experience of our human journey here on Earth, where there was an idea of separation which determined and dictated our experience of the types of experiences that we wanted to have on Earth. And that's changing. So we are always connected. All it takes is our intellect to remember, for our awareness to put it into our intellect, to say, hey, I want to connect with so-and-so. I'm thinking about so-and-so. And that's it. You're connected. It's all it takes. So as we play in these spaces of collective energies where we are amplifying the energy because we're gathering in more groups, in a group of more than one, physically, yes, that makes a big difference. But at the same time, intellectually, we can also create these spaces in our own mind, in our own heart space, in our own imagination. And so there's gratitude to everybody here that's listening, and to everybody here that's energetic. So much gratitude to Mother Earth for this wonderful experience that gives us the opportunity to play in these incredible creatures that we call human. I love my human, as if you can't already tell, I love being human. I love exploring and appreciating everything my human has to offer. And we've all done the doubts and the limitations and the sorrows and the mental illnesses and the physical illnesses, and we've done all of them. And some of us are doing some of them now. But we've done them all for hundreds and thousands of years. And many of us have lived many experiences in this beautiful earth, exploring those lives. Or another way of saying it, we are already living a ton of different alternate lives simultaneously, where we are exploring different aspects of this aspect of separation. I am ready, and I believe many that are listening to this conversation are ready to step into a different experience of what it means to be human. And I'm honored, like words can't even put to it. I'm honored to have the opportunity to share my journey and my thoughts and my experiences, in the hope that in doing so, it awakens something in you for you to shine brighter than you ever thought was possible, because you are a star. The other day, I was toying with the idea that when we see stars, we're not actually seeing the sun. What we're seeing is the light of the beings that are around that sun. And that's the flicker that you see. The flicker that you see when you're looking at a star is all of the different energies of the beings that are shining so bright, that are interfering with the light of the sun in that solar system. And I really enjoyed that, because when I am playing with my connection to self and my connection with the allness that we are, one of the things that I do is I start imagining my light shining, so that it shines throughout the entire planet, throughout the entire solar system, that it's visible beyond our solar system and then extends out beyond our universe, our galaxy. And my light is so bright that you can see it at the other end of the galaxy. And that's when I thought, I wonder if that's what we're looking at. And so I like to play with these things. I continuously talk about how, you guys are all individually amazing. You are all shining brighter than you think. You wouldn't be listening to this conversation if you weren't. This is not a beginner's conversation. Have you noticed that? This is not a beginner's conversation. People that are listening to this, you are already on your journey. You have already done a lot of work. You've already expanded tremendously. So honor yourself. Give gratitude and appreciation to who you are and who you've become that has allowed you to be where you are. And recognize how amazing you already are. And yes, we still have our things that we would like to be even more amazing, myself included. I cannot wait to be able to live life knowing that I'm the energy of all that is, with an absolute knowing, to create the life of Daniel as the God that creates the entire universe in multidimensional spaces. As Daniel, isn't that cool? Isn't that exciting? That excites me. That it amazes me that we have that as a possibility, because I never thought that was possible when I was growing up. And so this is what we're stepping into, each one of us. You are the energy of all that is, living as Camille and Arturo and Carol and James and Casey, Corinne, sorry, names that I'm seeing. You are the energy of all that is, expressing itself through you, through your personality, through your human and soul relationship. And we're stepping into a time when we can recognize that, and we can start to create from that space of recognition. How cool is that? What can't you accomplish? What can't you experience? What can't you do if you're God? Nothing. There are no limits. That's exciting to me. And this is where I want all of you to get. Every single one of you. And chances are, you'll get there before me. In fact, many of you are already experiencing a lot this more than I am. And that's okay. Because like I've said before, I don't want to pull you where I am. I want to push you ahead of me. That's what inspires me. I don't want to pull people to where I am. How boring is that? I want to push you ahead of me so that you can guide the way. I want you to pull me. Selfish reasons. I want you ahead of me so you can pull me. Right? And so, okay. So closing ceremony. Again, appreciation for all of you. Love for all of you in ways that my human is still struggling to understand. That gratitude and appreciation and love that was overwhelming to me in the last episode. That is what I feel for you guys, individually and collectively. I'm so proud of us, individually and collectively. We are shifting the planet. If you're listening to this, you are shifting the planet. You already have helped the planet shift, and you're continuing to do so, whether you are aware of it or not. The fact that you're listening to this conversation means that you have already been doing a lot of work in helping the planet shift. Be proud of that. It's incredible. It's an incredible honor to be part of that shift, to be an integral part of that shift. And so I'm honored and grateful that you guys have allowed me to be part of your journey and have allowed me the opportunity to be part of mine. And will continue to be, hopefully, for many seasons ahead. So, again, as always, if you guys resonate with the speakers, please reach out to them, myself included. I love putting these together for you guys. It's a lot of fun to put these together. And so thank you to those of you that have contributed with financial assistance and love and contributions, genuinely heartfelt. Those of you that feel that you can't, that's okay. No worries. Your contribution is heartfelt, whether it's financial or not. And so thank you for being here. And thank you for allowing me the honor of letting me share my ideas and my thoughts and the people that I want to listen to with you guys. And so I will see you guys next season. November 11th is the next season. The lineup is almost full. I still have 2 slots, which I'm leaving open to see who comes into my life. But it'll be another amazing season. It'll be another amazing season. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in 3 months. And of course, there's replays. Hopefully, I'll be able to finish season 3 to put online, which I'm still not done yet. But anyway, I'm battling. So I will leave you guys. Thank you again for being here. I will leave you until next time with being spirit, being human, simply being from love. And I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Thank you for being part of this incredible experience. We hope that this session has inspired a new level of understanding within you, allowing you to expand more easily into the essence of your true self and become an even more powerful alchemist in your own life. We invite you to listen to the session again and again in order to go deeper each time and expand even more, have it be via the replays or the unlimited access package. If you have enjoyed being part of this event, we invite you to tell your friends so that they can join us in the future. We are grateful that you are here, and we thank you for co-creating this experience with us. Until next time, we leave you with being spirit, being human, and simply being from love.